Hi there, this is Kamerd, and I'm on 7 Days to Die, Alpha 10.4b, and I'm here to show you some survival tips or techniques that you may or may not know about. For instance, like, I know when you first start out, you want to make a stone axe, which is common in most videos they already have out. But other things that you may or may not know about is, for instance, if you build a brick paver, which is for clay, um, and you walk up to, say, like, a pickaxe and you break it, yes, as you clearly see, this broke instantly. On my server, I have a lot of modified files because I did all the modding myself. I have about 180 custom recipes, which is probably more than most servers you'll find in general. I believe in like more stuff to build with. You can make interesting POIs or whatever. As you can clearly see, I probably went a little overboard and made too damn many recipes, but I ensured that at least like some of the crap, like books for instance, you can convert to paper. It only converts to 20 paper, but I was like, yeah, why not? And some people wanted signs, and I made recipes for those. Anyways, as you clearly see, this would look like a common POI you would come across in the game. But it's not. I actually ended up taking several measurements from a house that was in Gravetown. I believe they call it the funeral parlor. I ended up taking several measurements of screenshots, about 6 screenshots, and I ended up testing out which would be better, wood or cobblestone. So I ended up making cobblestone. Several people ended up liking it. I ended up giving several away. I'm also an admin on my server. My server's called Noob Friendly, if you've heard of it or not. Let's see here. I ended up adding a tower just so I could see everything because currently where I'm at, you can't really see anything because there's too damn many trees, but it'll all work out. But like back to where I was talking about before with you can make brick paver, and if you break it, you can get destroyed stone. On my server, I have a custom recipe involving destroyed stone for flagstone because why? I just like flagstone. I've made towers, I've made walkways, I've made pretty much everything with it. Um, the other reason is I have the toilet here. The reason for that is because a lot of people that are new to the game always run around and they kill zombies, which is understandable. But for instance, like if you can't find a short iron pipe, like there's always the common. I'll go into creative here and put type air conditioner. Well, the air conditioner, for instance. Sadly, it won't give any loot if I put it down because I haven't edited the loot files. But for instance, my pickaxe here, I have it set to where it's guaranteed to break the certain amount of stone where it won't take 5 swings to break it. I guaranteed it would do 1 because I believe I set the damage bonus to 30. And I have a lot of weapons set like that that should be amplified. I know there's some mods out there you can download where they give you they end up giving making you make tungsten weapons. Well, I thought, well, screw that idea. I'll just make the actual pickaxe better, since most people don't like using it. They prefer the auger or chainsaw or some other weapon over the shitty pickaxe, fire axe, or whatever. And I ended up making the shovel where it actually digs better, which it should be like this in some retrospect. Before it took about 2 or 3 swings to break dirt, and I thought that was too slow. I thought about increasing the actual stamina speed or making it just faster, but I was like, yeah, screw it, it's good enough the way it is. The fire axe ended up, it usually takes about 4 to 5 swings to break a tree, but in this case, I didn't want to make it too OP to break like people's wooden doors, so I ended up making it where it only takes 2 swings. And the pickaxe is one against anything of like low durability, like flagstone would be an instant hit. Stone itself would be an instant break. Anything of that nature, because it's only supposed to break stone. You can't break bedrock or anything like that. I didn't want to go overboard, but I did make a custom weapon that actually does that. But I don't currently have that on the server because that would be too much of a griefer's tool. Anyways, back to the toilet here. Like a lot of people go running around, they won't find a short iron pipe off of zombies. Sometimes I'll look in air conditioner units. Like me, in the past, I had a lot of hard times looking for this, and I couldn't find shit. I was like, where the hell is the short iron pipe? I don't want to go out and collect a shit ton of scrap iron, then go make a forge. Hope to God I find the forge ahead book by then, which is almost unlikely if you're playing on a random gen like the server is. And And then, like, in the past, I came to this conclusion. I was like, I wonder what happens if you break a toilet, because I know, like, if you use an empty glass, like, some people don't know you can get water from it. They have no clue you can. Like, yes, nasty ass toilet water. Oh boy. But a lot of people didn't know that. So, like, if you walk up to a toilet and you actually break it, it actually yields you one short iron pipe, which people did not know about. I'll just put that in there. On my server, I have a custom recipe for the awnings. The old way awnings should be made. Like, instead of requiring cloth to make awnings, it's still grass, because I always preferred it a lot better. For instance, let's see. I don't think I want to go out here and actually collect grass and show it to you per se, since people know how to make awnings in general. It still yields you about 4 awnings. A lot of people don't know, for instance, if you put down awnings, yeah, they make a nice little design, yes. But if you break them, they give you cloth. Some people didn't know about that. So, some people may be aware of it, but a lot of people that are new don't have a fucking clue. Because I get asked multiple questions all the time, like, what is the claim block? What is its purpose? I was like, that's probably the most asked fucking question above everything. I've had people walk up to my house and they've said, "Wow!" They're like, "Wow, did you take over a POI?" And I was like, "That's not a POI. I built that fucking house. It took me about 2 days roughly, but I did manage it. I plan to add more outside. I always tend to add a chimney, and I do have custom block files, but not currently on my server at the moment. But I plan to re-add them again. It's more or less a flaming little rock. It's a small rock that's on fire, but if another player picks it up that isn't an admin or moderator, it tends to just revert back to a small stone. But if I pick it up, apparently it goes back to a flaming rock again. But it was supposed to be a campfire, a little physics on it. I guess I'll show you the inside of my house. Be sure to shut that door behind you, because there's a lot of dumbasses that'll come into your house and they're like, "Hey, this is really nice," and zombies come in and fucking beat the shit out of everything, end up getting you killed. And they're like, "How did the zombies get in?" We left the fucking door open. What the hell do you expect? And let's see here. I ended up adding cobblestone as like a little roof here because I thought it'd be nice. I have several little walkways here. This was just for the hell of it, I guess. I usually put doors that surround this area. I plan to put a ladder system in here because, see, are we up here on the second floor? Yeah, I believe it. This might be actually, no, this is second floor, okay. I put claim blocks everywhere, it doesn't matter. They're not indestructible, nor does it really matter if they were. I have a simple command to remove keystones that people put down because I have a modified DLL on my server. I also use a program that looks for people who are cheating, duping, etc. And I also have a tendency to look at the IPs of everyone who joined in general in the outlog file, just to see like what locations they were last at, where did they start at, how far of a distance did they travel, or I look at the program and it tells me what was in their inventory, and I'm like, oh, there's some cheating little bastards. Somehow this game is magically hard, and I don't think it is. I think it's easy as shit, to be honest. Should be. I have almost 2,000 fucking hours on this game. And no, I did not play an Alpha 1 or anything with that many hours. I've started an Alpha 5. Let's see here. Do I have any railings? No, I don't. I didn't always build with Build Crate. It was just something I'd recently got into. Something fun to do. I like to make cool little walkways, or cool little balconies, for instance, like this, because it's just something fun to do. Oh, shit. Sometimes you encounter little issues like this where you won't be able to make them match up, so they'll be a little fucked up, but it'll work out okay. I know in the past I had always built houses that kind of had endless metal trussing on the walkways, which looked okay for the time being, but it kind of always looked ugly as shit. And I just really enjoy looking at some of the POIs and rebuilding them the way, like, with different stone or wood. I've actually tried to build this house in the snow biome out of wood, and it looked like shit, too. And I was like, ugh, this looks like crap. It looks like some scrub fucking lives here. I plan to make a swimming pool at some point. I plan to also do a well at some point, which would be a little cool cosmetics to give. Let's see here, we can go up here to this tower and look at it. Yeah, just obviously need to add a ladder system. Not that I don't think many people would actually come in here. I think it would just be me and maybe a moderator, since I live near a moderator. Let's see here. The zombies have really took a beating to beating the shit out of my house, or attempting to get to it, I've noticed. I know I didn't really have that many survival tips, just mainly the air conditioner, or if you couldn't find that, break a toilet, which is always handy to have. Put down some awnings and break them for cloth, and make some brick paver, put it down for destroyed stone, depending on if a server has a custom recipe for it or not. Because, like so, I do have roughly 180 custom recipes, or about that number, or maybe over it, I'm not really sure. I kind of get tired of counting them or reworking them, but I do retweak them every time there's a new patch. Let's see here. And yes, I'm currently in creative mode, as you've currently seen me go into. I have that for admins, not for moderators. Since most moderators don't know how to access most of the commands, even though I've wrote it out in my group page several times, they don't seem to, most of them don't even seem to read what I actually put on there. I'm like, wow, why did I even fucking try? But it's okay. I don't expect all the moderators to have a clue. I do tell some people if they tend to forget, but like so, it's okay. Like, for instance, on my server, the auger and the chainsaw, I made it where they have 200 fuel as a magazine, which that didn't work out well. And it still didn't work out well. Yeah, that'll be better. That's sometimes a glitch when that happens, but that's okay. Like so, the auger and the chainsaw both have 200 magazine, because I've seen someone on the forums write about a curious question about that, and I was like, oh, it's very simple to do. Now, making a brand new weapon's more of a bitch to do, to be honest. But I don't recall if I do actually have the weapon. This was a weapon I made that, yes, as you clearly see, its name, Block Breaker. I don't think it breaks bedrock. I don't think I altered that just in case someone actually got a hold of it. It is an actual griefer tool, and I know it's kind of like a contradiction I did from earlier, but it's useful for certain things. Like, it can't break cobblestone. I don't understand why. I absolutely cannot break fucking cobblestone. I will literally try to shoot it, and it won't do anything. But I can break, like, I can break dirt, I can break stone, I can break everything but bedrock and cobblestone. I have not understood that one bit. I can break trees. This gun does not kill people because I do not want it for that purpose. I'm sure there's been several moments when people were like, well, I have all these damn tree trunks down. How the fuck am I going to break this? This is going to take me forever. Well, just make a simple gun like this and break them all in fucking instantly and you won't have to worry. I believe the block damage is probably set to 75 or so. I don't have it set, or it might be 100. I don't really recall. I know it was a big long code whenever I did it at the time because I used the XML editor from HAL 9000. But other than that, I haven't really went around to many other people's houses too much on my server. I see someone build a garden. I know somebody has, the moderator has a house underneath ground because they prefer it underneath. Sometimes I think they fucking build their house a hell lot better than what I do, but like so, I'm more into houses. I'm not into full-on decorations of houses too much, inside houses too much. Oh yeah. They use brick, I see, and flagstone. That's pretty neat. That is pretty cool. I haven't been in this. I haven't been in her house since she finished it. I had pretty much already built my house over there by the time maybe she had built a lot of this. I know she had part of it built, but no, it's locked. That's such a sweet. Oh, a bathtub. That's nice. Let's see here. I see all of a sudden everybody's going on 7 days to die on my friend's list. Probably not on my server, but whatever works. It's a 12-slot server. It is strictly PvE. I do not like PvP, and I do not like when somebody kills me as an admin. I know in the old alphas I would join servers and they'd say like, yeah, this is PvE only, admins are here. No, the admins were never fucking there. The admins were off jerking each other off. They were never fucking here. I think in all reality though that the fun pimp should actually attempt to put my house as a POI because it's a big fucking house. I mean, seriously. And it would look good in any biome. I guess maybe the snow biome too, even though I think the snow biome's kind of bare and it looks like shit and there isn't much survivability because I don't see many animals out there. I don't have many zombies come over and attack me either, for that matter. Let's see here. She attempted to put up some spikes, I see. She was telling me that there was a bunch of zombies coming in constantly attacking everywhere. If everyone's probably aware of too, like for instance, you can upgrade the tree trunks 3 times. People don't know that. Some people know you can only upgrade it to this. It goes up, or twice. You can upgrade it twice. Sorry. They don't know that you can upgrade it again. For instance. Let's see, where's the scrap iron? A lot of people don't know that. Maybe because people don't really read patch notes. I don't fucking know. I just like living out in the forest biome myself. I always find it fun. A lot of people have told me they've had issues with gardens. I couldn't really understand. Their question there was they would build a garden and all their food wouldn't grow. It'd be several days. It could be like 12 days and none of their food would grow. And I know like 7 Days Ago came out with a patch that clearly said that you didn't have to have water in your garden. Well, just to be safe, I always like to put water in my garden because I'm used to the old ways, not this new shit. And a lot of people tell me their corn won't grow all the way up. It'll only grow to about halfway. Well, every time I put water in my garden, everything grows accordingly like it should. And I don't have a problem. I just hear people always saying, well, my corn didn't fully grow. I can only pick it twice. I was like, really? I can pick it 3 times. I don't have that problem. Maybe the old ways are still more effective than the new. I know there's still bugs on this game. I just put dirt in there. We don't ever need dirt. I did make a little small area under here for the hell of it. I found endless fucking ore, which I remember in the past people would complain and say there's never any ore because in Navsgain it was always located in the same spot. So and then people would complain endlessly, and I never had a problem finding ore. I didn't always have admin back then, but I just never had a problem finding it. And then they added too damn much ore. Now there's too much ore. That's still interesting regardless. I've made some custom recipe books, but I don't have them on the server. I've messed around with the XML editor a lot. I've messed around with the one for the POIs a lot. I thought about making this house an actual POI in general. But I was like, fuck it, I can just rebuild it every time there's a patch, because I don't have a problem with rebuilding in this game. I thought I'd add a little cool cosmetic with like a little kitchen sink area. I plan to edit the code to make it where everything does actually give you loot back. Like anything you craft. I know that was an issue in the past. It worked great, and people bitched and complained because that's what everyone's good at. They suck, I guess, on this game. I don't have a clue. And they ended up removing, like, if you put down a munition box you create, it gives no loot. I have a recipe for that. It consists of about 8 wood planks and 1 lead ingot. It was, I believe, tungsten, but since so many people have trouble finding tungsten as is, I never really worry about it that much. Let's see here. I don't know where the hell the other guy is. I know he built somewhere close to me where I built my wooden house. Okay, here's my other wooden house. See, I had attempted to make a replica of the other house I had. Attempted to add some interesting features. I always like the angled wood. I seen it from when they had it at Old Mole and navs gain, and I always really enjoyed it. And I attempted to build a chimney out here. I was gonna work more on it, but like so, as you can see, like I did use from the creative menu the snow roof, and I thought it looked interesting. It's just it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to, so it kind of became this half-ass, crappy roof that I didn't really want. I don't see people attempt to build anything like this. Maybe I'm wrong, but on the servers I've been on, people tend to make a fucking rectangle, and they're like, "It looks good." I was like, "Looks like shit," to be honest, but yeah, it could have been a little more better. If that, but like so, there's people who are new. They want to build some of these ideas, and I've tried to build I built sky gardens, which are basically metal trussing that hang off in the air, and you build your garden in the air. It's supposed to keep it safe. That was an issue in the past where zombies would walk over your crops and break them. Let's see here. Let's see here. He was close near me. It was some damn where over here. Unless he was running up to me, which would have been funny. Oh no, he's in Gravetown. That's a small Gravetown, sadly. I did have POIs on the server, but there was too many issues with tech support, and I had several issues for a couple weeks because of that shit. And they wanted me to keep renaming the server. There's something wrong with the game seed. The code kept telling me that there was an issue with the game world, as in chunks wouldn't load, and since I was used to the XMLs and actually programming itself, I didn't have so much of an issue. I did have working lights on my server, but it caused an issue with old prefab buildings that were here from, not POI. It was an actual POI, but it wasn't from the mega pack or anything. It was just the default POIs. Like, it would rip up the floor and put lights in its place, and if you walked over them, they would fall. Or you would fall through the floor. Several issues with that. I must be lagging. Let's see here. I guess I can go back to my little house again. I like it over there better. I don't like the snow. The snow tends to make people lag. Plus you always have to hear that annoying ass crunching noise. I have my view distance turned down too because I tend to lag much more, and my internet is not like what most people's are, where they have 10 megs and everything. Mine's actually much shittier. Mine is just literally at the DSL mark, which is right above dial-up. But, fuck it. I make do with it. I have people ask me several questions all the time, like, "Dude, how do you play this game? Your internet's really shitty." And I'm like, I manage. It's okay. Well, hopefully my little survival tips of like 3 or 4 survival tips will impress people if they knew about breaking toilets, or because you don't always find short iron pipes immediately. Like most people, they just pick up scrap iron, they build a forge, they go and look for clay, which people tend to have a problem finding clay because it isn't like the old days where you can just dig anywhere and you find fucking clay. Sometimes you get lucky digging anywhere and you find clay, but other than that, it never seems to happen much. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all later.